Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So our today's lecture is about ordinary method of slices. So you see, previously we have been discussing the slope stability analysis for pure soils. That means either the soil was a purely cohesive soil or either soil was a purely frictional soil. And just to jog your memories, we discussed that if the soil is going to be a purely frictional soil, that means C is equal to 0. In such a case, the failure plane is going to be a parallel to the slope face. Okay, and on the contrary, if the soil had a phi is equal to 0 and it was a purely cohesive soil, in such a case the failure plane is going to be a circular failure plane. All right, so in our today's lecture we are going to discuss the most common existing type of soil, that is a C phi soil. So for a C phi soil, how we are going to do the slope stability analysis. Now for a C phi soil also we are considering a circular failure plane. So if you remember that when we were discussing purely cohesive soil, so what we were saying that the frictional strength or the resisting strength is coming from the shear strength that acts in this direction, that is opposite to the ground movement. Okay, so it was equal to tau is equal to C plus sigma tan of phi, because phi was 0, so this term was 0, and simply shear strength was equal to the cohesion. Okay, but in a case where it's a C phi soil, so that means soil's shear strength will depend on C plus sigma tan of phi. Okay, so if talking in terms of forces, then it can be written as just written like here, this equation. N is the normal force, C plus N over A, where N over A represents the normal stress. It has been converted to force over area. So we know that this normal force N, it is acting perpendicular to the failure plane. Now if you see in the figure below, you see here at every point the failure the failure plane is changing. Here orientation of failure plane is this, here it is written this, here it is different. So as the failure plane is changing, so does the N is changing. So just like in purely cohesive soil, we just simply used one cohesive value with the whole length, and we simply multiply that with the length of the arc to find out the total shear resistance offered by the soil mass. But in this case, because N is changing at every instant along the failure plane because of the change orientation of the failure plane, so that's why we cannot use one common value for the whole length. So that's why what we are going to do is that we will use this method of slices in which the slope is divided into number of slices, just like this, and then in each slice we consider the failure plane to be uniform, and for that failure plane we will find out the value of the normal stress. Okay, so so the formula for using the stability analysis for the method of slices is same, that factor of safety is equal to resisting moment over the disturbing moment. So resisting moment is simple, it is due to the weight, okay, and disturbing moment is due to the shear strength that is coming out. So now to talk in detail, we will consider one slice. Okay, so you see here this figure here right here is from the book. You see here the, let's call this at AC. So AC is the arc length, and that is going to fail along the slope, and it has been divided into 6 slices. So this one particular slice 2 has been taken out. Let's call this slice 2. So that is representing the forces acting on it. So the forces acting on it, the main force, that is the weight of the slice, that is acting downward. And then we have the resistance force, that is the shear force. It is indicated by S, and it is acting in the upward direction or the opposite direction. Okay, and there is a tangential or the reaction force P that is developed at the base, and it is perpendicular to the failure plane. Now for instance, we can say that along this particular slice the angle of failure plane is alpha, and obviously it will be different. Yahan pe aapka it will be different, here it will be different. So for every slice, alpha value or the orientation of the failure plane is going to be different. So that is alpha, and the width of the slice is B, that is the horizontal width, and the inclined length of the slice along the failure plane is indicated as L. Okay, so now just to repeat, the forces acting are weight that is acting downward, shear strength that is acting along the failure plane that is at an angle alpha and is acting in the upward direction, and as a reaction force P is acting normal or tangential to the failure plane. So now if we divide the weight along the failure plane, or that means we can resolve the weight factor into components that are perpendicular and parallel to the force to the failure plane. So we'll have two components, the one that is perpendicular to the failure plane, this is the failure plane, the one that is perpendicular is indicated as n and it is equal to n w cos of alpha, and the one that is parallel to the failure plane is indicated as t and it is equal to w sine of alpha. Okay, and also we will be using this equation. So if you look at the figure, I'll draw that again here. This is the wedge that we're considering. Horizontal width is b and the inclined length is l. This angle is alpha. So from trigonometry we can say that cos alpha is equal to b over l, and from here you can say that l is equal to b over cos alpha. So this is the relationship between the inclined length and the horizontal width of the slice that we're considering, where alpha is the angle of the failure plane. So factor of safety by definition is resisting moment over the disturbing moment. So we know that the resistance is provided by the shear strength that is acting in the upward direction here, and disturbance is due to the weight. Now weight, you see here, out of the two vectors we have learned that this factor, this component of weight, that is w sine of alpha, it is acting in the direction that is towards the failure plane, so that is the one that is going to cause the failure. So if we talk about the factor of safety, so factor of safety, I'll write it on the side, just a minute. So factor of safety is indicated at, just a minute, so factor of safety for the whole plane, okay, I'm not talking about just one slice, I'm talking about the whole wedge that is going to fail, is equal to the summation of the shear strength that is acting at each slice over the summation of tangential forces that are all acting at the bottom, and tangential force is the w sine alpha component of the weight vector, because this is the one that is going to cause the failure. So if we further open this up, so that will be equal to, factor of safety will be equal to summation of it was S shear strength over summation of T. So because we know that shear strength is indicated, S is equal to C plus sigma tan of phi, and it will be multiplied by R, actually, sorry, I forgot this point. It has to be multiplied by R because R is the radius along which it is acting, because we are talking about moments here. So we know that moment is force into the distance, so the distance is R, that is fixed radius, so, and T is also acting in R, so these two cancel out, and based on this equation shear strength, so it will be C R theta. So if theta is the arc length from start of the circle to the end of the circle, so this will be the constant value, this is for the whole circle, and I can say that summation of it should be sigma tan of phi, so it should be sigma n into tan of phi over sigma t, because we know that sigma n is sigma normal stress is equal to the normal force that is acting, and we saw that the weight vector that is acting is n vector that is acting perpendicular, so that's why we have a sigma n here. Plugging the values of n and t, we get that factor of safety is equal to CR theta plus summation of w cos of alpha into tan phi over summation of w sine of alpha. So if you will simply go to each slice, you can divide as many slices as you want. So divide the number of slices for each slice, find out the angle of inclination alpha, find out the weight of that slice, plug in the values, and you will find out the factor of safety by using the ordinary method of slices. Now this equation here is based on total stress analysis. That means we are not considering any pore pressure, all right, or any effective stress. We are only considering the total stress. So in such cases, This is simple equation that we can use to find out the factor of safety. So let's see how now what happens if we are considering the pore pressure also, or in other words we are going to do a effective stress analysis. Just a minute. Let me go to that point. So this was the equation that we just solved out. Okay. All right, so if we are doing a stress analysis, then what we effective stress analysis, so cohesion will be replaced by C dash and angle of internal friction will be replaced by phi dash. These are effective angle of internal friction and effective cohesion, and also we will add a pore pressure factor at the bottom. So you see here, this was the slice that we are discussing. Weight was acting downward, this was shear strength, and reaction, this was an angle alpha, and the reactive force was n no, the weight component, just a minute, let me rub this up. So the weight component is actually acting, n is acting actually downward. Just a minute, it's a little held up. Okay, so n is acting downward, and b is the horizontal width, and l is the inclined width of this line. Okay, so only thing added will be the pore pressure u, that is at the bottom, that is acting upward, that is in the opposite direction to n value, that is the factor downwards. So the only change that will occur will be indicated in the resisting moment equation. That is the, we know that based on shear strength, so we know that that was C dash R theta plus tan phi into summation of n minus UL. Now why we have multiplied with UL? Because we know that U is pore pressure. We have to convert, because we are talking in forces. So to convert that into force, we'll have to multiply it with the area, and because we are in two-dimensional, so that we multiply with L into 1. So this will be the pore pressure force. So that's why you have to subtract this force from the n value. So we end up having this equation for the resistance factor, resistive force, that is C dash R theta plus tan phi summation of n minus UL. So you simply have to find out the pore pressure acting at the base of that slice, multiply that with the inclined length of the slice, that is along the length of the failure plane. All right, so then subtract it from the normal force that is acting downward. And how do we get the normal force? From the weight component W cos of alpha. All right, so plug in the values and we will have very simply the effective stress analysis. And you note here that we are using C prime and phi prime. Okay, and plugging in the values, it will be W cos of alpha and W sin alpha minus UL. So this is one method. There is another factor that is called as RU, or the pore pressure coefficient. If you want to use this one, you can also use this option. Otherwise, this equation 1 is also good. So pore pressure coefficient, it is equal to pore pressure at any point divided by the overburden pressure at that point, and that is equal to U over gamma into H. So if this is the slice that we are talking, and I am interested in this point, so this is the ground surface. So from ground to, let's say this point is at a distance h. Okay, I'll come to this here. So this is the distance h. So pore pressure at the bottom is U. So what will I do is that I'll find out the pore pressure at U is U here, and it is O divided by the overburden pressure, so it multiplied by gamma into H. Gamma is unit weight of the soil, and H is the depth of the point at which you are finding out the RU value. So simply RU is equal to U pore pressure into gamma into H. Now if you multiply that with B on both sides, you will get this equation, and B into H, okay, into 1, this is equal to volume, because we are in 2D. So when volume multiplied by the unit weight, it converts it to the weight. So this equation will become UB over W, and replacing the value of B, we have already discussed that B is equal to L cos of alpha So this is how you can find out the value of r u into L cos of alpha over W, where is the slice. Okay, so plug in the values, and finally our factor of safety can be written in the terms of this RU factor. Let me go to that point. So this is the equation of factor of safety. The lower factor that remains same, that is summation of W sine of alpha. Sorry, I forgot the summation sign. So C dash R theta plus tan phi dash summation of W cos of alpha minus RU secant of alpha. Okay, because 1 over cos alpha is equal to secant of alpha. जी बेटा, any questions so far? जी जनाब. Yes बेटा, any questions? Yes. Are you there? Listening to me, guys? बेटा मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है आप लोगों को?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, after that we will discuss the second method, that is called as Bishop's method, and I like to do that directly from the book. So the book that we are going to use for Bishop method analysis is called is the Terzaghis and Peck book. So just me open that up. Sorry, where is that? Terzaghis and Peck, this one. So we will do this directly from Terzaghis and Peck book. This Bishop's method is pretty much similar method as the ordinary method of slices. Okay, but it has a different solution, and plus we have a graphical solution at the end, so it's a little easier. Okay, but basically it's just like the ordinary slices. All right, so here we are. So this is Bishop's method. Oh, sorry, just a minute. Select this pen. Close this up. All right. All right. So whenever we are considering, let me wrap this up and then I will continue with it. So Bishop method slices, again we are considering number of slices. Okay, and the forces acting on a slice are indicated in the figure here. So we have already seen the weight factor that is acting downward, shear strength that is acting parallel to the failure plane, and the reaction force P. Horizontal width is B, and inclined length of the slice at the bottom is L, and the angle of inclination is alpha. You see here that we also have some tangential forces on the sides, Tn and En here, and En1 and Tn1 here. The good thing about the ordinary method of slices and Bishop method of slices is that we, in both methods, we are ignoring these forces. In real life, actually, these forces exist, because whenever we are deciding that okay, we are dividing our components into slices, then definitely there will be frictional forces or resistance forces from the sides. But in ordinary method of slices and Bishop's method, we are ignoring the forces. So we are only considering the weight vector, the shear strength, and the P vector that is acting at the bottom. So if I do a sigma is equal to Fy is equal to 0, that means I do summation of all the forces that are acting in vertical direction. So could you help me out that what will be the forces? Can you list down the forces for me, please? I'm talking the forces that are acting only in the vertical direction. जी बेटा. Anyone? Yes. Please ignore these side forces. Only see the forces that are acting within the slice or below the slice. जी बेटा, कौन कौन सी फोर्स होगी? Yes. Yes. आवाज आ रही मेरी? Yes, anyone would like to answer? आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? एटलीस्ट इतना बता दें.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me help that. So in vertical direction, weight W, let me consider that as a positive. It is acting downward, and then the component of P along it, if this is angle alpha, so it will be P cos alpha, because it is acting in the opposite direction, so I give a negative sign. And then S also has a vertical component. Okay, if this is alpha, so it will be minus S sine of alpha. So when doing summation, so it will be W minus P cos of alpha minus S sine of alpha is equal to 0. So from here I can say that W is equal to P cos of alpha plus S sine of alpha. So I write this equation on the side. Okay, so now once we are considering the factor of safety, okay, we know that factor of safety is equal to summation of the shear strength over the summation of the tensile forces that are going to cause into R, because it's a moment. R cancels out, so it will be summation of S over T. So if for critical cases factor of safety equal to 1, so from here I can say that shear strength is equal to summation of the tensile forces, and plugging in the values, ये किसके बराबर है? This is equal to W sine of alpha. All right. So this is shear strength. So I have this equation now on separate. I'll write this equation separately that has been mentioned here. This equation. R cancels out. So for a particular slice, okay, you see here this slice here, inclined length is L. So as we discussed previously that the cohesion is equal to unit cohesion into the length of the slice. This gives us the total cohesion along the arc length. So similarly in this case, the shear strength under the slice will be equal to the unit shear strength S small s into length, and then we also divide with factor of safety. So this will be our case that capital S shear strength for the whole slice is equal to unit shear strength S over factor of safety into L. And we already discussed in the previous method, ordinary method of slices, that L is equal to B over cos alpha. So we have this equation here that says that shear strength for the whole slice is equal to the unit shear strength into B over cos alpha. So we also place this equation on side. So now we put this value of shear strength here in the above equation. So this will give us this value here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, screen says share नहीं हो रही.
Is it hanging?
सर वो एक ही फिगर शो हो रही है, उसके आगे कुछ भी शो नहीं हुआ जो आपने लिखा है.
Just a minute. Okay, can you see the figure now? Can you see the marking of my pen now?
Yes, sir. अब आ रहा है.
All right. So we discussed that we have developed this equation because factor of safety equal to 1, and we learned that the shear strength is equal to unit shear strength over factor of safety into length. Plugging the value of L, it is a B of cos alpha. So we have this equation here. Now this value of S is placed in the above equation. So we get this equation here that R W sine alpha is equal to R over F. This F has been taken out, is equal to SB unit shear strength into width of the slice over cos of alpha. Okay, and by rearranging for F we get this equation. We move F here and this component here. It will be equal to SB over cos alpha over summation of W sine of alpha. Okay, and now we know that shear strength is equal to C plus sigma tan phi. Okay, and we also have the equation, we derive this equation after doing the summation of sigma Fi is equal to 0. We have this equation that W is equal to S sine alpha plus P cos of alpha. So we keep this equation here, and from this equation, putting in the values we use to find out sigma. We know that sigma is equal to P over L. P is the, if you remember, this is the reaction force that is acting tangential to the failure plane. So that is equal to, and L is inclined length. So simply normal stress will be equal to the normal force over L. So replacing L with B value, so it will be P cos alpha over B, and from here we know that P cos, we can derive that P cos of alpha is equal to W minus S sine of alpha. So put that value here in this equation, just like this one indicated in blue, and then separate the B under both numerators. So we will get, so normal stress is equal to W over B minus S sine alpha over beta. Now we have found out the value of normal stress. We will put that value in the equation of shear strength. So shear strength S is equal to, this is unit shear strength, is equal to cohesion plus the value, this is the value of normal stress into tan phi dash. Okay, so plug in the values and then now here once again we will place the value of capital S, that was the shear strength for the slice that we found out previously. Place that value here and then plug in. Okay, and then after doing solutions, I have done all that solution here, some steps were missing, so you can have a look at them, and eventually we will get this factor here for shear strength, that is equal to C plus W over B tan phi dash over 1 plus tan alpha tan phi dash over factor of safety. And there is one term that has been developed, and we will see that why we use this term here. This is M alpha. So now M alpha is equal to 1 plus tan phi over tan phi dash over F into cos of alpha, and we put that value in this equation. So we have simplified form of the factor of safety in terms of M alpha as indicated here, that is equal to summation of cohesion plus W over B tan phi dash into B over M alpha over summation of W sine of alpha. Okay, and M alpha can also be written in this form if you multiply this cos alpha for the both terms. So it will equal to cos alpha plus sine alpha tan phi dash over factor of safety. And why using M alpha will be helpful? Because we have a chart that is developed. On x-axis we have the slope angle, on y-axis we have M alpha, and here we have the value of angle of internal friction divided with the factor of safety. So simply if you know the slices angle of inclination alpha, you know the phi dash for your soil, so you select that slope angle, move upward. All right, and if this is value of M alpha, okay, so find out the value of M alpha can be simply found out from here. Okay, so that's why finding out M alpha is wanted, because we can find out the M alpha value directly from here. We don't have to do a lot of calculations, you can use a chart to find out the value. Okay, so this was the Bishop's method of slices. So you see pretty much they are same, only their method of calculation of factor of safety is different. So it's your choice whatever method you're going to adopt. In both methods we are ignoring the side forces and we are only considering the vertical forces. Ji beta, any questions?